Okay. All right. So let's go over last week, 12, or this week. All right. Once again, guys, thank you for watching this video and welcome to the channel. What I'm gonna go over is what happened this week from from the 12 all the way down to whatever. Okay. So Monday market open, Sunday night, with a new week opening gap, right? Nothing that happened somewhere. Um, yeah, down here. Yeah, new week opening gap. Our main plan is for us to sweep London session, right? My plan is for us to sweep London session lows and Asian session lows and go back up with our target hitting EQs and Asian session high and continue to the weekly trend of being bullish, right? Plan one is to ride the wave to London session lows and Asian session lows, right? Ride that wave down and then go back up, right? We should ride Asian session highs, and then dump to the downside and the bearish, right? And so these are like thought process that I had, right? Thought one was, let me make this bigger. Okay, I can't make this bigger. Okay. Yeah. Thought one was we should ride Asian session high and then dump to the downside, right? That was the first one. And then plan three was to sweep London session lows and go back to Asian session high while touching equilibrium, which is what I did here. Asian session lows and London session lows, they're literally overlapping one another. So therefore I thought we are going to dump down and then go ahead and swipe liquidity all the way over here, right? To Asian session high, right? But long story short, when I was watching this on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour, there's a fair value gap right here, and then that fair value gap got inverted, invalidated. So therefore, price just kept pumping. So long story short, there's the better version of it. This is how the day ended, as you guys can see, right? Asian session was never retouched, right? There was that 1 hour fair value gap that got invalidated. That happened right here, and then from there, just price just soared all the way up, hit all time high. But Asian session high was hit, of course, and London session high was hit. Now, what happened here? I think I got into the trade a bit later, but nonetheless, I was just like, my whole theory was invalidated for the day. So therefore, I got into the trade and I got out. I was just like, fuck that. I'm not gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen to the market afterwards. So therefore, I kind of just stopped trading. But yeah, that was the first day. But yeah. And then we have the 13th, which is of course on a Tuesday. Monday we hit an all-time high, which is what happened. What we're going, and we are going on overnight. Yeah, overnight, and we did have an immediate pullback, right? Oh yeah. So we did hit all-time high here, and then from there we had a little pullback, and then from there we hit a new all-time high as well. But it didn't stick for long. I think it was like a 5-minute chart, or in a 5-minute timeline, you were able to see we were able to hit London sessions or another high, but it pulled back immediately, and then from there we saw what was happening. So, yeah. Anyways, my buys for today: Monday, new all-time high, an immediate pullback. However, the pullback should measure slightly above previous TDEQ. Yeah. So my target was right here, like previous TDEQ. That was like the perfect execution for today, right? Plan one is to break structure to the upside and right London session highs and continued for the ride up. So that was the first thing, right? That's what I thought was going to happen. It was like, we're going to continue this fucking ride up. And that's when I wrote this, where I took the screenshot. And then I'm watching the market, and then I was just like, we may pull back a bit and touch London session lows, and then sweep Asian session lows, and then bounce back up, right? So that's the other theory that I had. I was just like, okay, the other option is based on what I'm seeing early in the morning. I'm like, all right, this is what could possibly happen, right? Where we pull back, hit London session lows and Asian session lows, and then bounce back up, right? And then another option is we fake out, sweep liquidity to London session, and then dump to London session lows and Asian session lows, which was the last possible solution. And that's exactly what happened. I think that's why I highlighted it. Where, bro, like after watching this market for a little bit, I was able to see like before 9:30 even hit, we pumped up, and then from there was a break of structure to the downside. It wasn't like it didn't take immediate action after price kind of consolidated there for a bit, but afterwards we just dumped to the downside, which was the plan three. And I'm happy that I wrote that down and we're able to capture that. And then from there, of course, if we scroll down, yeah, here is, well, this is trading view through Trade Locker or Top Step. And this is my Trade Locker. This is why I use my personal fund just to play around with stuff. I think here I got stopped out on my trading view. Yeah, on my Top Step, I got stopped out, and then here on Trade Locker, I was able to. I saw the break of structure to the downside, and then therefore I was able to ride this wave down here. And yeah, I could have kept going down to Asian session lows, and then of course I didn't. But nonetheless, the next day I was just like, you know what, we're gonna let things ride, and so on and so forth. Here I got stopped out on the 13th, which is fine. I think I lost quite a bit. I think I risked like $1,000 on the trading view, but I'll go over that later. Yeah, and then so yeah, this is how it played out. So overall, we did hit previous trading day EQ, which is cool. And then of course Asian session lows, we hit all of those. So that's what happened for that day. And then on the 14th, right, bias Monday we hit all time high. I think, yeah, Monday we hit all time high and we're going overnight and we have immediate pullback. However, we did have some pullback and it measures slightly above TD. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but yeah, I think here I was pissed off because I think I started doing this late, but nonetheless, I marked out like overall breakdown of like what I think was going to happen was what was going to happen for today, and I think this was Wednesday where um this was Wednesday, right? Yeah, this was 14. Yeah, this was on a Wednesday, and it was pretty interesting. This was a 1 hour fair value gap here, and of course we touched it one, two. I think we touched it one more time, and then we dumped to the downside. And then you can see here it got respected fully, right? And this is on the 4 hour as well, right? So we dumped. I wrote this all the way down. I wrote this down. It got back up, and I wrote it down again. So overall, it was a good trading day. Once again, this is on my Trade Locker, not my Top Step account. My Top Step account, I took 2 trades. No, yeah, 1 trade that day or 2 or 3 trades. I don't remember. But nonetheless, it worked out pretty well. And once again, I'll go over that a bit later. But yeah, took 3 trades. I think I got stopped out a few times. But nonetheless, no, I know what happened. I was buying, and taking partials. I bought a few times, took partials, and I bought one more time. But nonetheless, it worked out perfectly. And as you guys can see here, right, how overall overnight EQ, full trading day EQ, and previous trading day EQ, it we started ramping back up overnight, right? The next session, we literally hit all of those targets. So I could have once again traded, what is it called? Asian session, and then write the previous trading day EQ, which would have been crazy, right? Wrote it down and wrote it back up. But nonetheless, this will happen on the 14th. The 15th was and I think on the 14th was like news specific day as well. But nonetheless, the market tells you what's going to happen before it even happens, right? We were riding a trend down. 1 hour fair value gap got respected twice, right? Boom, boom. And then from there, just dumped to the downside. So once again, it's literally trending. Yeah. And then this is on the 15th. This was also a good day, right? Buys for today. Monday we hit a new all-time high. I think I keep saying that. And pull back slightly. We should hit previous TD EQ. I think that's like my safety net, right? Previous TD EQ. And then also here, this is a Trade Locker screenshot. This was my original setup, right? I was like, okay, this is the play, right? Risk $200 and then make 797, which is cool. And that was the thought process there. But yeah, that was the theory, and that's it. Didn't, yeah, overnight EQ, we for sure had a liquidity sweep there, which was cool. But yeah, I got stopped out a few fucking time, and that pissed me off. But nonetheless, I pulled it down, and yeah. Long story short, we hit overnight EQ, and that was the overall plan. And you guys can see my take profit was right there. So overall, it worked out pretty smoothly. Took partials, but yeah. And then on the 16th, this was a really good day as well. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I do apologize. I have the biggest headache right now, so I'm just chugging through this as quickly as possible, and we can just overview what's happening. Mark, this is for you once again. Um, but yeah, Monday. I don't know why I need to do a better job of doing this. Plan one. If the 30, yeah, this was a crazy, not a crazy day, but like, yeah, I really, this day was great, honestly. That Friday, and here too, like I was able to come up. Did I write them down? Uh, Fake out. No, I just copy and paste it. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, so 16, right? Bias for today. Whatever. Plan one. If this 30-minute fair value gap gets invalidated, price should continue to hit Asian session highs and then London session highs, and then we hit the gray box, and then from there, we should dump down. Cool. Meaning, right? 30 minutes. If we validate this, we're good. We're Gucci. Or if we invalidate this, we're good. We're Gucci. We're gonna hit all right here, Asian and London session highs. But we did not. Plan two, if it gets respected, the price should dump to the downside. And guess what price did? Dump to the downside is what price did. But for some reason, I can't show you that because this was. Oh, I got stopped out early. Yeah, I got stopped out, which was crazy. But let's see. If I go here, yeah, yep. Yeah. So let's go under 30 minutes. Let's do 15 minutes here. Right? I got stopped out here. No, I don't know what. I think I bought here. And then, I was super impatient. And on my weekly breakdown, I talked about it. I was super impatient. Mark, you were super impatient here. You didn't have to take this fucking trade. You could have just waited for a little bit more market structure. And then once again, I believe the 5-minute is the best way to dictate price action. Right? So what happened here? This is the orb strategy, the green lines. Just for me to get an understanding of what's happening. I like to have all these fucking things on my chart. But nonetheless, this was a 30-minute fair value gap, as you guys can see here. That once again was being respected. I mean, double check and confirm. 30 minutes, and I even think on a 1 hour too, right? Yeah, even on the 1 hour, it got respected as well. There's like a little thing right here. But yeah, 30-minute fair value gap. Boom, boom, boom. Respected once, respected twice, 3 times. And then here, I was like, oh no, we may run, right? And then if we go into 5-minute, right? The reason why I thought we were gonna run is because I got faked out, and yeah, it was swept liquidity here. I'm like, okay, and then I bought in somewhere over here because it's a slight pullback, and then we were going. I was like, let's go, and then we didn't go anywhere. It was just a fake out. So what I could have done different? I don't think I could have done anything different, right? I mean, it was a good execution, in my opinion. I'm thinking about it now, right? Because what I was waiting on is for this blue line. Like, if we close over this 5-minute, I felt comfortable enough to take the trade, right? Technically, it was a break of structure to the upside, right? It's a, break of structure to the upside. So therefore, I was just like, okay, but let me see on the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, that did not happen. It still did. What? Yeah, so yeah, once again, I was pretty maybe I could have waited for this one. I think that's why I marked this one out too. I could have waited for that one. Let me see on the 5 minutes that we. Yes. So yeah, once again, like I don't know what happened. We broke structure to the upside, but that's when I bid in, but I got invalidated, so therefore it is what it is. And the one thing that I noticed is like once this trade was invalidated, I was able to kind of adjust myself and like, okay, what else is an option? That's why I like having plan A and plan B, and then from there make adjustments there, and then boom, I was able to ride this all the way back down, baby. And overall, it was a good trade, good trading day, right? Wrote this down, took profit. And then I caught it back here again, and I took profit down here. I could have kept riding it, but I just got out. The reason why I even have these, or I even took profit here, is liquidity spots. Let's see, in 1 minute. Yeah, I might take profit with literally down here. Yeah, this was where buyer pressure was, all the way down here. And then once it broke down here, I was like, okay, we're gonna keep going down. And then we technically did. At one point, I did have my take profit all the way down here. And if we go back on the 1 hour, let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there was nothing else stopping us from going all the way down here. But yeah, like I had it all the way down here for me to take profit, and it kind of worked out. So good stuff, good stuff. And that was the trading day for the week. And if we go here on the top step, so yeah, if we go back here Monday, yeah, I don't know what happened here, right? Oh yeah, market crazy. It was simple. That day lost, yeah, 1,000. The next day made it up. I think I made like, I don't know, took one trade, two executions, buy and sell, or yeah, I don't. Oh, I got stopped out here, and then I bought in again. But long story short, we were good. Everything worked out pretty well. And then the next day, I bought two trades, and then here, this day was pretty interesting because like this was gold, right? GC, and yeah, I got into this. Yeah, I took one trade where I didn't even need to, right, on the 16th, and then here it was overnight London session, and yeah, long story short, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, that was pretty much it. P&L 2,100 for the day. I mean, for the week, could have ended up in like 28, but it is what it is. Yeah, I took this loss right here for $770. I didn't even need to take that trade. I think I got greedy for sure. I got greedy, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of like the trading recap for this week, Mark. And then last but not least, daily plan, I did follow it to a T, right? So we did good on that. Daily buys, we just updated that. But overall, what I'm monitoring here is when all of these are being hit, right? And if all of these get hit, it just builds a bit more confident for me, right? It's like, okay, we know overnight EQ has a high chance of being hit. We do know previous trading day EQ has a high chance of being hit as well. And then full trading day EQ, not necessarily, but these will be take profit points depending on, market condition and what is being factored in. But overall, overnight EQ, bro, that the chance of that being hit is pretty high. So yeah, it's just another thing to build my confidence as a trader as time progresses. Weekly plan, right? Complete 4 discipline trading days. Yep, it was perfect. Yeah, that was, yeah, I think that was good. Yeah, excuse me. Positive weekly net. Yep, 100%. No forced trades. I don't know about that one. Capture 1 or 2 runners. Yes, that day, Thursday and Friday for sure kept a few runners running. Identify 3. Yeah, for sure. A+ setups. Had a few of those. For the week. Review trends and try. Yeah, I did that. Respect max. Yep. Respect trade counts. No, I did not do that. RR. Yep, above 1.5. Update journal daily. I didn't do it every single day, but nonetheless, I did update it. I guess so. Weekly recap, review top 3 trades. Yep. We just did all of this, so cool. And then weekly review. This is like the most important thing to me right now, right? What I did well, I did not give up on myself mentally. Meaning, if a position did not go the first time, I trusted the process and waited for future confirmation for me to take the trade. And gold was another thing that worked really well during Asian session. And now I'll walk you guys through the charts for gold too. During Asian session, what I did poorly was a bit of FOMO, right? I did not wait, even though I kind of checked the chart and the confirmations were there. Really without waiting for full confirmation, which caused unnecessary drawdown. Yeah, I lost a few trades without waiting for proper drawdown, and then also can increase stop loss position again due to losing money, but yeah, Yeah. So overall, can increase stop loss position to avoid drawdown during, uh, to avoid drawdown again due to being scared of losing money, right? But risk management is making sure the trade has room to be validated. And what do I mean by that? Is like if we go back here, I don't remember what day it was. 14. Yeah, here. Yeah, so okay, here, right? These trades here, I really didn't need to get stopped out here at all, right? And look, I took one, two, and then three trades I was selling, but nonetheless got stopped out. Where if I were to increase my stop loss like way above, I would have been fine and I would have given the market enough room for me to be validated in comparison to me just losing money for no reason, right? Because it just bounced here. And at one point I did have my stop loss here, but when markets started going back down, I was like, you know what, let me pull it back down. But nonetheless, bro, you set a stop loss and then forget it. Cause yeah, that'd be it. Yeah, I had it all the way up here, and that's why I had alerts, but they never even hit. But long story short, it's like don't be scared of losing money. Be scared of not giving your trades enough room to be profitable. Boom. Take that to the bank. What needs improvement? Being patient and waiting a bit longer, along with not moving your stop loss. On yeah, talked about that. Yep, let's go. Emotional behavior. Felt a bit FOMO, so got into trades a bit too early, and we kind of talked about this. We actually didn't because, yeah, Monday when I missed that trade, it kind of carried over for the rest of the week where I felt a bit of FOMO. So I was trying to get into position super early. It was not even 9:30. Like it was 9:30.1. Like I was clicking buttons where I didn't even have to. For example, if we go back here, right, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? It's 1 minute into the market and you're already like, bro, it's 2 minutes into it's 5 minutes into the market, bro. 1 minute, like 30 seconds into the market. There's no reason for me to do that. So therefore, and then once again, it goes back to what was happening the previous days where I felt like I missed. Yeah, bro, you're not gonna miss it. Just be patient, trust the process, and therefore just chill. Execution note: set and validate target a bit higher than expected to remove chance of being uh, swiped from liquidity, and then wait for a bit further confirmation, meaning break of structure either 5 minutes or 15 minutes for gold or 5 minutes on ES and NQ. Like, right, break of structure, make sure it's super sound, super validated, and price moving towards it. And then from there, boom, take action. On market condition, bullish. The market condition on both ES and gold have been bullish for the last 3 days. So it's good there. Focus on next week, work on patience and setting higher stop losses, and also increase risk on personal account. Once again, just take a little bit more risk. And I got this. Yeah. Oh, let's review gold real quick. All right. Gold was pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a lot going on here. But I promise you, I was just riding these waves up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But it was pretty, like, I charted out on a 1 hour and 4 hour, and all of these consult. Yeah, the market condition here. I was just like, whoa. Yeah, it's a lot of consolidation where I was, what is it, scalping. But nonetheless, these scalps work. And I wrote this baby down, and I thought that was a great play. Great call, great call. Like crazy. But I could have called it even higher here. And I did set an alert. It went off, and I checked. Next thing you know, I saw a break of structure to the downside. I think it was on a 5-minute. Boom. Saw this. And then I waited a little bit longer, and then I got in here, and then I wrote this thing all the way down, and I got in again, and then yeah. Solid plays. But yeah. Oh, I got new more accounts, so let's see how this pans out. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for your time. And Mark, keep up the good work. Remember, your goal is to hit $1 million for the year of 2026. $1 million for the year of 2026 trading futures. And you got this. I got this. We got this. Let me know how this goes. And yeah, we'll give up everything for this. And I think so. I think we got this.